I just finished meeting with a distinguished group of national security experts. Some served under a Republican president, some under a Democrat, some under both, and some in uniform. They don't agree on everything, but together they represent a great deal of expertise, experiences, and lessons learned.
Hillary Clinton today meeting with a group of former national security officials, former CIA Director David Petraeus among them, also former George W. Bush Homeland Security Chief Michael Chertoff. And after the meeting, she spoke with the media. The Clinton campaign appears to be trying to show off her foreign policy credibility and move past that defensive performance that she had at this week's Commander-in-Chief Forum. I'm joined now by my panel, Wendy Long, Jessica Tarlov, Adam Goodman, and Steve Rogers. Let me start with you, Steve Rogers. You know something about this area of foreign policy. Hillary Clinton meeting with such a diverse group of people, does that give her any credibility with respect to the military and perhaps what she has planned if she wins the White House?
Charles, she not only needs to have credibility in the eyes of the American people, but she needs to have credibility in the eyes of foreign leaders. Look, you look at Iraq, you look at Afghanistan, you look at Libya, look at Russia, look at China. I could go down the list of countries. She, who has admitted that she's going to carry on Obama's policies, has allowed a situation to develop worldwide where the leaders of the world no longer respect her. And furthermore, she is a national security risk. And I'm sure we'll get into that later with the emails.
You know, Wendy, I listened to her, and it seemed like a little bit to Steve's point here. She was trying to distance herself a little bit from President Obama and even her own track record to a certain degree, maybe get a sort of a redo, if you will.
Yeah, well, that's a nice little two-step if you can do it. You know, the reset button. I'm sure she'll try to do that. I mean, she's got to distance herself. You know, the Obama record is so abysmal, but she can't do it that well. I mean, she was Secretary of State during a lot of these disasters, so.
You know, Jessica, I will say, though, when she talks about it, she certainly knows the lingo, and, you know, it sounds like
because she has experience.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
So, but the experience, though, a lot of people are saying wasn't a good one.
Absolutely, and I think that it's fair to pick apart her record. I think that's what Donald Trump should have been doing instead of calling, you know, Obama the founder of ISIS and her the co-founder. You listed off a lot of countries there, but you aren't talking about all of the leaders who have said that they respect her greatly and the people who have voiced concern already about Donald Trump being our president. There is a reason that she's leading in the polls and who's best to handle foreign policy. He wins with terrorism, but she does with foreign policy, which is the totality of it. I think that this was a brilliant move today. I think that having Republicans by her side, touting her experience, saying that we will be better off with her, even though we know fundamentally that they don't agree necessarily with everything, is a powerful statement. And Trump's base will continue to say they're rhinos, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, these are people who have held these important positions, and they know that he's unfit to be commander-in-chief.
Those leaders that Jessica is bringing up are the very leaders that got us into the mess that we're in.
Right.
And you need a leader. You need leaders.
You need just Vladimir Putin on your side.
Look,
let's be realistic here,
Let's talk about Putin in a minute. Let's talk about him.
I'll talk about him for hours.
I am a military guy. I love this country. Vladimir Putin is a leader. That's all Trump was saying. He is a leader.
No.
And he demands respect. He commands respect.
Democrats and Republicans disagree with you.
Trump also said that he does not agree with the way he governs. Trump said that.
Trump before said he handles it better. The man kills journalists.
Before we get, let's bring in Adam Goodman, because Adam, I will say that Hillary looked a little low energy today. I don't know what it was. I know it's been a tough week for her. She did feel a little low energy.
Maybe we should get her nap
while
today.
She articulated these things in a certain way, do you think she was convincing?
I don't. And let me explain it this way, if I can, Charles. This country is still suffering through a 9/11 mentality. 15 years later, because we feel unresolved and unprepared for the challenges that then were visited on us and the rest of the world. And it's an interesting dynamic today that you have a square off in foreign policy in this campaign between experience and what we experienced. What we experienced under President Obama and to a large degree Secretary Clinton was not good. And every time you hear the word terrorism uttered, every time you hear Benghazi in tone, every time you have to think about another threat to our security, I think this is visited on Hillary Clinton and the experience that she put all of us through, and we're not over it.
That's played out in the Fox News poll. Wendy, I want to give you the last word on this.
Look, when it comes down to whom do you trust to keep us safe, to keep us secure, Hillary Clinton's been a disaster, and I think the American people are going to have a lot more confidence in Donald Trump.
Well, it's interesting that this has become one of the top topics, and I enjoy hearing from both candidates, learning more and more about how they're going to handle this crucial issue. Guys, thank you all very much. We've got some